Hey everybody, Professor Hatcher here. Just a quick video. We're not going to have class on the Tuesday after spring break, but there's a couple of things I wanted you to do and make you aware of to keep you moving forward on the different projects you're doing. But I hope that you'll try and use some of this time to work on story number 2, which is due the Tuesday after spring break. But I did want to review a couple of the assignments and start to get you thinking about your final story of the semester. So let me just take a minute and talk about some of those things. So for week 9, the week after spring break, a couple of things I want you to do. First, I want you to read over and do a little bit of writing. This will be due before the start of class on Thursday. So there's 2 things I'm going to ask you to do before the start of class on Thursday. So I have launched the assignment for story number 3, which is the final story of the semester. It's worth a little bit more than the first 2 assignments. It's worth 130 points. And so it's going to take a little bit more effort. And so I'm going to put this idea out there to you sooner rather than later. The bottom line, though, with this assignment is that I want you to write what I'm calling a magazine length article, so more than 1,500 words. I say about 10 sources, but at least 3 of those sources should be interviews. It's hard to say exactly how many sources you'll use in your story. Suffice to say, I want to see evidence that you've done research and reporting on the topic that you're interested in working on. What kind of a topic is obviously up to you, as it has been all semester. If you want to, you can go back and revisit a topic that you've written about already. If that topic is something you thought you had ideas that you could dig deeper into, or you can pick a completely different topic. What kind of story is I'm going to leave up to you. It's the first time I've done it this way in this class for this semester. If you want to do a deeper dive into an issue and do some investigative reporting that might involve looking at some data, asking for some records and things like that, you can do it. If you want to do another piece of narrative nonfiction written in the third person, you can do that. If you want to write another piece of experiential journalism with a first person experience, you can do that. But I definitely want to talk with you if you want to go in that direction. If you want to look back on some historical piece of journalism, the history of the Boundary Waters, for example, how that came to happen as one example, you can go in that direction. If you want to explain something in depth, explanatory journalism. If you want to write a profile story about somebody, you can do that. Looking at issues and trends, or a piece of descriptive journalism, I'm really open to you exploring a style of journalism that you feel would be useful for you to learn. And I really want you to challenge yourself as you think about that story. And so I want you to read over that assignment, and then I want you before class on Thursday to just do a brief check-in. So I want you to write a short informal memo. This should not be part of your semester-long journaling assignment, in which you answer some of these questions. Please don't just copy and paste these questions. We're going to just write a short informal essay in which you just show me and yourself that you're starting to think about that final topic of the semester. Just a reminder that the second round of journal entries is due the Tuesday of week 11. So that's coming up quickly. I really want to put some, I would really ask you to put some effort into these journal entries. The first round of journal entries were kind of writings from class and other things like that. Some of you really put some effort into it. With this one, I really want you to use it as an exercise to work on and practice your writing skills. And then I want you to, as I said, post your discussion entry. The last thing I want to remind you of is that in class on Thursday, we're going to do a couple of things. We'll see where people are at with their story ideas. We'll review the journal assignment. But the main thing I want you to do is to read an excerpt from a book that I'm actually reading myself that was recommended by one of the students in this class. It's called Eager, and it's by a writer, an environmental journalist named Ben Goldfarb, and I'm really enjoying it so far. There's an excerpt of this available in Outside Magazine, outsideonline.com's website. So as you can see, It's a little bit longer read, but I think I think it's really a good piece of journalism, a good piece of writing. Probably an example of what you might call explanatory journalism, but we can talk more about that. So again, class on Tuesday is online only. And that's all I can think to tell you. I hope that you're doing well and that story number 2 is coming along. And thank you.